I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
All right, here we go. Happy Monday. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Lovely weekend. Beautiful sunshine. A lot of opportunities to get out and do some cool things. I mean, other than your husband losing his NFL football game last night with the Buffalo Bills.
Hope's dead, dreams dead.
Yeah. Other than that.
It
was good, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Love on him tonight.
I will.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Who's going to love on me?
Shit.
Oh, boy.
What's wrong, Mama?
Nothing. I just got a lot. On my plate. It's a rough time.
Okay, so I'm afraid to talk about what's on that plate.
You don't want to hear it. It's not happy stuff. It's like my mom and, oh my gosh, it's rough.
Just a lot, huh?
It's a lot.
A lot of sadness in your world?
It's just, I can't help my mom. I can't control my mom. I just constantly live in fear that she's going to do something stupid, and she's real squirrely right now, and she's doing things like giving randoms her credit card and saying, hey, yeah, charge me whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
She's giving out her social security number on the telephone to scammers that just call her randomly. You know, stuff like that. You can't control it. And I'm just like, she was supposed to go for an MRI. She missed that. Now she's supposed to go to the MRI today. I'm hoping she makes it. It's just, I'm so far away, and I really should be there, but I can't be there.
Yeah.
So life is life in you.
Life is life in me.
And you can only control what you can control, Virginia.
Well, look, you're doing the best you can. You're visiting. You're trying to be proactive, and there's only so much you can control. You love your mom, and you're doing the best you can. Everyone in your family is doing the best they can, and it'll all work out. But I get it. Life's gonna life. It sucks.
Thank you.
I mean, I try to be. I try to give a good Braveheart.
This just in, Panda is at work. If you want to send him a sandwich there at work.
I will. In fact, Kevin, I'm going to stop the podcast right now to order Panda the Buffalo Bills lost sandwich.
Yes. He needs to drown his sorrows in some yummy, maybe a Philly cheesesteak.
Okay, he wants a Philly cheese. That's what he's...
He does like that.
All right.
Yeah, he likes a Philly cheesesteak. And he's pulling for the Eagles, so it just fits.
Okay.
All right.
I'll ask him what his address is.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got some positive things here to go through, including a Del Taco opening. Got this email says from Noah says, hey, Jaybird, just wanted to let you know that there is a Del Taco opening in Port St. Lucie, Jensen Beach on US 1.
Wow.
I am excited to try that. I've heard so much about it.
That's a big chain.
I would love to get down on that. That would be very exciting. And I would drive to Port St. Lucie for that.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of those national chains that I feel like we should get some of. There's a few that I like to see. Some of them aren't overly amazing, but it'd still be nice to have, Jack in the Box and Inside, what is that, Inside Out?
In-N-Out Burger.
In-N-Out Burger would be
In-N-Out
nice.
Burger.
Now, Carl's Jr., I feel, are they the ones that is in the same bed as Hardee's?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hardee's is shitty, y'all.
Yeah, and Carl's Jr. was always respected. I remember when I was in California, they thought that was some high-end stuff. But when I've been around Hardee's, nobody ever really seems to like that. But in California, Carl's Jr. was big when I was there.
Unless Hardee's made some adjustments, because in their defense, I haven't had them in a minute. Maybe they're better now, but every Hardee's moment I've ever had has been shitty.
Okay.
I don't know if I've had too many Hardee's moments because I just don't think they're good.
They're not.
I've had a few because they had a Hardee's in Louisiana, and I was always like, eh. Even as a kid, I kind of knew it was shitty.
Steak and Shake's another one. On paper, I should love that place.
Yeah.
Shitty food, man.
Really?
Not very good. Wow. They're not a sponsor, are they? Not anymore.
Yeah. Don't believe they are. Yeah. Yeah, but some comments. Grant had said that Del Taco is trash. And RJ said, yeah, it's not that good. Rubbery chicken, small portions.
What? Oh, we heard it was good.
Well, look, I trust their opinion. They're snackers. They know about that stuff. Mm-hmm. I'll try it myself, but that opinion is weighed heavy.
Okay. All right.
You can take notes.
I spilled Coke.
Oh, no.
I can't see shit. I can't fucking walk. Life's lifing on me as well, girl. I get it.
Who's going to love on you?
Are you going to fix your hip and then the eyes?
I need to fix my eyes ASAP.
Okay. All right.
I'm walking into shit.
Yeah.
Even sober. So.
Yeah, which is not good when you got a bad hip.
No.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's kind of all working against me.
You used to have your own readers, right?
I do have. The problem is I feel they are weakening my eyes. I think I can feel my eyes weakening because I'm using my readers. I can't see anything unless I have glasses in front of me. And even now, like looking at a Ralston, slightly not as crisp as it used to be.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or
I'm dimming.
Or am I just still, I don't know, high from the edible yesterday?
I am not looking as crisp as I used to, though, so it may not be your eyes, it might be me.
You're feeling a little fuzzy around the edges?
I think I am. I'm getting a little bit fuzzier around the edges.
I didn't realize I had eye issues. I thought I had a drinking problem.
Turns out it's both.
Yeah. So anyway, Casey had sent this in. She said, tell Virginia she's my spirit animal. I absolutely adore everything about her. So there you go.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So very nice. Been listening for over 20 years. Thank you.
Ooh, like that. 20 plus club.
That's an old school right there.
Yeah, it is.
Angie from Palm City found new Uncrustables, the peanut butter and raspberry spread, plus the chocolate hazelnut spread on my shopping adventures at my local Publix.
So the chocolate hazelnut I knew about. Raspberry I did not. Raspberry's new.
Quite a selection there.
The hazelnut's kind of shit.
Is it?
It's not as I was very excited and optimistic, and I thought it's kind of missing a little magic.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The way to go for Uncrustables, in my opinion, is the peanut butter and honey. I don't know what they put in that honey. It's gotta be.
Yeah.
There's no jelly. It's just peanut butter and honey.
It's peanut butter and honey, and I recommend letting them sit out for about 17 minutes. Let it get a little bit kind of doughy.
You want a little crusty on your Uncrustables?
You want it to be doughy.
Okay.
Because a lot of times they'll come a little frozen or just cold.
Yeah.
You want that room temp.
Oh, you do? Okay. Let it thaw itself out.
To get it all mixed together.
Yeah, I get that
So
right.
the cancers can get right in those cells
Yeah.
Look,
as soon as you eat it.
I'm already fucked. Give me the Uncrustable.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just take me out now.
Peanut butter cancer.
Just give me that Uncrustable, please.
And Mr. Lem said here, I've been a fan of the pub sub since I moved to Florida in 2012. My only complaint is the bread can be hard and crummy.
Yes.
Crummy, I guess.
There is definitely a problem with their bread being breakable. Where
Okay.
it gets hard and then it kind of flakes out on you. Mm-hmm. And it does. It would appear to be a sub that has seen some time.
Okay. He said, I bought the buffalo chicken tender special this weekend, and they offered me a softer, sweeter bread.
Ooh, what's that about?
Don't know. Guess you have to look
Softer
into
and
it.
sweeter.
Said Bird should vlog the comparison.
I consider it.
Are they doing like Subway where they offer different breads now?
So typically you can get white, you can get the wheat, and then they have the different styles of wraps. That's what I normally see. If they've got a new bread, I don't know about that, and I'm embarrassed that I don't.
If they got a new bread, you are the guy that needs to be on that story.
They got a good bread in their deli, and not every Publix has it, and it's con queso. Con queso
Uh-huh.
or
With
queso
cheese.
con. It's just this.
It's a queso con.
It's a con queso con, but it's this big old bread. You put it in the oven for about 11 minutes. It's got cheese
con
all
queso?
through. Maybe that's what it is.
Probably, yeah.
Side note, I would go to Queso Con if they had like Comic
convention?
Con,
Oh my God.
but like all about
Cheese
different
convention.
cheese, like
Yes.
hot cheese dips, which is what a queso is. In case you don't know,
I think you nailed it with the name of it. Some
Pan con
have
queso.
it.
Yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah, it'd be cheesy bread, basically, in
Yeah.
Spanish.
yum.
Yeah, and get a little dipping sauce.
Okay. So anyway, that was the thought. And then Mr. Lem also said V looked great on stage Saturday.
I did.
Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, look at you.
What stage? Let's get Virginia to the stage. Virginia.
Not the main stage. I was not taking dollar bills. Not yet. But who knows? If I have a full mental breakdown, why not?
Let's get Virginia the Witch on stage. Come on, fly in on your broom. Virginia the Witch to the stage.
I won't use a pole. I'll use a broom.
I mean, it would work, though. You got a shtick.
Then you know what I do with the broom at the end of the show, right?
I don't know how to Kevin, should I answer that? I kind of want the answer.
Get on it and fly away.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Was that appearance after you got your CP face massage?
It was before. So that appearance came first, and then the face massage happened.
Well, if they only saw you now you've gotten your face massage.
It is good. Lymphatic drainage is good for anywhere in the body. You know, if you have an accumulation of any kind of swelling, my mom's got it going on right now on her legs, and I want to get the same thing for her that I got because it's painful. An accumulation of swelling hurts.
Sure, yeah.
And these gifted girls like this Lily that came to my house know how to touch your lymphatic right to drain it.
Oh, yeah.
So my left tit is bigger than my right. Do I just leave it?
I don't think that's lymphatic. I
Okay.
think you just have gynomastia on your left tit.
I've had it since I was 12, and the doctor swore, he goes, it's puberty, your tit will go back to normal.
That's a lie.
I don't think he said tit. But he said it's part of puberty. It'll go away. My left titty is bigger than
It
my
is
right.
nice. Your left titty's delicious. Your right titty needs to pull its weight. It's not really doing a lot.
Can we make a rule, never call my tits delicious ever again? Although I do appreciate the compliment.
Yeah.
You are going through some shit. You need to get a nap.
I did not sleep well. I'm taking some of your.
You stayed up and watched the whole game last night?
We did, and we had people over, so we had a whole thing. We had a bunch of Bills fans. Everybody was sad. It was pretty depressing.
And you're still not drinking yet, right?
I am not drinking. I am not drinking at all. I'm trying to heal because my face is still pretty fucked. So until my face heals, I decided I'm just going to stay on the bench.
Boy, what a storyline. This face thing, this face planting is coming. You know, people are coming up to me at Publix asking about this shit. Like, how's Virginia's face? She
Look,
fell?
the right side, gorgeous. Left side, fucked. It's still fucked. It's still like all right here. Swollen, bruised, ugly.
You should watch the movie where, what's the character? Two-Face? He's got two faces.
Could be in the Batman.
Harvey Dent, is that who it is? If I get it wrong, oh, fuck.
Yeah,
the
it's
super
Harvey
dorks
Dent.
will get on my ass.
Two-Face, yeah.
All right. Yeah, you. Jeez. Just karate chopped my headphones out of my head.
Again.
I also have to. The balls of me telling you to get a nap.
Yeah.
I haven't slept in 49 hours.
Menopause is keeping me from sleeping.
How'd you
Oh,
sleep, Kev?
Slept great.
Good.
Did
Yeah.
you? Good.
Yeah, I could have used a little bit more, but I stayed up till halftime of the game.
Okay.
Just kind of see what was going on, and then I'm like, wow, it's going to be a battle. No, it was. And then
It
went to bed.
was.
Yeah. I'll do a nap today. Charlene, she says, messages for Jaybird or Denny's. I was wondering where one could buy mushrooms safely.
Look, I'm not comfortable giving that kind of advice out on an airwave. First of all, totally. Is this a trap? Who wrote that?
Is she a cop?
Yeah, who wrote that? The sheriff's office?
You can't buy
I'm fucking telling
Yeah.
you that shit.
Because even though they've legalized marijuana, shrooms are still not something you can buy, right?
You cannot buy shrooms.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So, yeah.
Legally, you cannot.
Right.
But typically, yeah, you know what?
If
I'm
you're
not
doing
gonna,
it, you got to buy them from somebody you trust, I would assume, right?
I don't want that audio
But
out there.
can you ever really trust anybody?
Yeah, you can trust people.
Mm-hmm.
There are people you absolutely, but yes, I don't feel like I should give that message out on a public forum. Yeah, trust people with mushrooms.
Yeah.
You know,
I would say don't trust people with mushrooms.
there you go. I can't give you that advice.
Yeah, that's what would keep me from ever doing it, because unless I knew it was coming from a credible place and place could be held accountable, then I wouldn't want to deal with it.
Now, you may get an email from somebody that says there's mushroom pills that certain doctors prescribe, maybe in different states. I don't know about that. I've heard that for post-traumatic disorder, especially people who've gone to war and have seen some terrible things, that that has helped them with their psyche. But again, don't quote me on that study. I've just heard that through the grapevine.
Nobody here really is a mushroom expert.
No.
And we don't want to get in that conversation.
No. Jaybird, where can I get some mushrooms? Signed, Sheriff Bradshaw. Motherfucker's trying to set me up,
And
dog.
then they get your name right on the news. Then you get full credit.
Some people are saying if you just go out to a cow pasture, you can pick them yourself. Apparently, that's where they grow.
Well, that's what. I mean,
Okay.
just, I don't tell you.
Talking about people that have saved money going to other countries for medical procedures, Curtis said, I was quoted $3,500 in the United States, and I did my teeth work in Peru for less than 10. And that was for implants, permanent. $10?
Less than $10?
That's what it says.
35
For less than 10.
What?
You're getting a whole new set of teeth for less than $10 in Peru. What are they made of?
Bubble gum. They're chiclets. They're fucking chiclets.
Dude, the
Less
people
than 10? There's no way.
The people I talked to that went to Colombia to get their teeth done, they said they saved so much money. It was a fantastic experience.
Did he mean he got quoted $35,000 here and he did it there for less than 10
He
grand?
put, I was quoted 3500 in the United States, and then he said less than 10, 10. That's what he left.
I think he left out zeros. So I think he meant 35,000 here and then he did it for under 10,000 there.
Yeah, Curtis, your email's kind of fucked, man.
Yeah, your teeth may look great, but lobotomy time.
Yeah, it's a very confusing email.
Your email's kind of fucked.
And Catherine said, for hip and knee replacements, the key is strictly adhering to the rehab schedule, Jaybird, or you will not regain 100% of the joint function. A large percentage of people are not prepared for this aspect, and it is painful, and they don't follow through. These are most of the people complaining. Now, I will tell you, I've seen people that have gone through the hip and the knee. My father-in-law went through a knee, and that seemed to be pretty brutal. From the hip stuff, it didn't seem like it was to that level.
I am being told I'm probably going to have to do a few shows from my house in the beginning. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. They say you can leave the hospital, but it's not going to be me wanting to moonwalk and be cha-cha. I think we're going to have to probably figure that out. But yeah, the speed or the recovery time is speedy. But I think each week, like the first week is going to be kind of a slow-moving bird. Second week, a little bit better. And then by week 3, they told me not to drive for a couple weeks either, so
Okay.
Virginia's gonna have to pick my ass up.
I'll pick you up. You're on the way.
She's gonna have to buy me lunch.
I'm going to pick you up in the
wow.
morning and bring
That's
you
good.
to work. And then on the way home, we can stop and do errands. Because you know I always got about 7 errands.
Oh, it's so uncozy. When I find out that I'm cozy that she's taking me home,
Yeah.
but then I find there's 3 errands on the way.
Yeah.
And it's always somewhere near Blue Heron Boulevard. It's so fucked.
Christian said, have your dad come and take care of you. Okay. Maybe like a live-in little man nurse.
Oh, your dad come over and take care
No,
of
I
me?
think he's
I'll
talking
love
about
that.
your
the
dad.
juicy daddy.
Yeah,
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Is he coming back to Florida anytime soon with his juicy ass?
See, I don't want to answer. I do have an answer, but I don't want to entertain that.
You don't? No? She's gonna make it weird?
She's gonna make it weird.
You want to ride home or not?
Yeah, I do. Can you take me today? I do need a ride.
Absolutely. We only have 4 errands.
Oh fuck!
It's a
All
slow
right,
day.
I'll take an Uber.
No.
Yeah, my dad should be coming soon. So
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
You gonna stay for a little while, do you
I
think?
think so. Yeah, I think he's
Okay.
gonna stay for at least for a couple of weeks.
Nice. Okay, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay. Got an email here from Robert. Said, I can tell you, Kevin, firsthand that doctors are the worst drivers. had a study today that they had done where they looked at accidents and speeding tickets, and they broke it down by profession, and doctors were number one, lawyers were number two.
Wow.
For the most. And Robert said, yeah, for some reason they're just so encapsulated in what work they are currently doing. And most of the time they're on the phone while driving because it's the only time they get. Or they're running across town to make it for an appointment. But I work for a physician, and I would not even get in the car with this person. It was pedal to the floor at every green light and then slam on the brakes at every red one.
Oh, my.
Yeah, it was rough. So they vouch for it, say that they believe doctors are aggressive drivers. And Mark has a note on why you should never top off your gas. We were talking about normal or nope on Friday, and somebody was talking about how they try to, do that thing where they get it right to the dollar amount. And he said, you brought up topping off your gas. You're actually doing harm to your car and the environment. The system is designed to recover vapors and send them to the engine to be used. Otherwise, they would be sent into the atmosphere, increasing your car's carbon footprint. When you top off, you cover that vent. You can't recover the vapors, and you also reduce fuel economy and cause issues with the vehicle's computer systems. Let the pump click off on its own, and don't look at the numbers on the fuel pump. Just tell yourself they're reading 666, like I guess Virginia likes to do.
Sincerely, Guilt Gary.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Don't do it, you terrible human. I never knew that. I didn't know that I was being so terrible. So don't go all the way then.
It says just let it click. When it clicks, you're done. That's it. Mm-hmm. Santina said, I was listening to the show and y'all were talking about school start times. We recently moved to Indian River County in Sebastian, and my son's elementary school starts at 8:50, and I think that's perfect. I don't have to wake him up because he can sleep until 7:30 and still have plenty of time to get ready and eat breakfast. We live 7 minutes from his school, so we don't have to even leave the house until about 8:20. We do live out west where there isn't a lot of people in town, but it's a pretty awesome little schedule. Yeah, hopefully they find something that's good for everybody, which I doubt they probably will be, because I'm sure that not one situation is going to be great for everybody, but they're going to be figuring that out here soon, I assume. Another medical thing, how do you cure hiccups?
I hold my breath, and I know people say that doesn't work, but it's done well for me in my life.
Okay.
I hold my breath for a while, and then they typically go away.
Yeah.
Huh.
Now, were you saying there's somebody in the snack pack that had an interesting hiccup cure?
Yeah, they're all they're all fucking crazy.
But they're your crazies.
That's right. You're kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Joel sent an email. He said, why haven't you taken the KVJ show nationally? Yeah, I think it's just, in an odd way, it never really worked out. I mean, it was something that we had considered, but it just, one thing after another kind of led to us not. Now, going all the way back when we first got here into town, I did not think that South Florida was going to be any kind of permanent stop. I didn't know. I mean, I loved it here, but I was like, all right, my thought was we'll keep going until we get to some big-ass city, and then, we'll take it from there, and that was the end goal of where it had been. I'd come from New York, and I'm like, it'd be cool one day to get back, and do radio there. But we got here, and part of it when I got here was they said, hey, you know what? If you can show that you can win, then, you'll wind up getting the gig at Y100 in Miami. I'm like, that'd be great. And so it kind of worked out. But then the show that they had on there that they thought was going to retire pretty quick didn't. And so I think it was 7 years that we were here, kind of still doing it. And by that time, I kind of really fallen in love with South Florida. I was just waiting my turn. When it kind of came turn for us to get that gig, they brought in a syndicated show instead. And so I was like, well, that kind of sucks. So that was kind of the plan. So at that point, we started saying, okay, well, can we stay here and then syndicate out? And the company we were with said, yeah, we could do that. And we had an agreement to go on a bunch of different stations with our next contract. And then we had signed the deal. And when we got there, it had been about a year into that deal. I'm like, hey, so when are we going to get these stations? And I had a couple in mind that they had even brought up that we were going to get. And then they started putting another syndicated show in on all those stations. And I said, hey, I got it in my contract. And like, all right, sue us. And they're
You're like, wait, I don't want to sue you.
yeah. And
I just want what you promised.
they basically said, we've got a ton of attorneys that are just sitting around a room waiting for these kind of actions, and it will probably cost you several $100,000 to bring this to court. And it was basically like, yeah, whatever we write in a contract, we don't really have to live up to because you have to pay for attorneys, and they're not scared of it.
I do feel like there's been like 4 or 5 things throughout our entire journey that's really kind of fucked us.
Yeah, I've realized that, you don't trust what's in a contract, because that's the thing. When you're the little person, you don't have all that money, a big old corporation. Now if you're going to maybe win a ton of money on it, then attorneys will take you on pro bono, but that wasn't the situation that we were dealing with. It wasn't like there was a huge chunk of money on the other end. It was just getting on the stations that we were promised in the contract. So that really is kind of a big part of why we didn't go nationally. And we did have a couple other stations here in Florida while we were with that company, but when I've talked to other people about doing the radio syndication, sometimes it might be more trouble than what it's worth.
Well, we didn't make it. We individually didn't make any money really off of that at all. It was a lot of work, and it sort of did have to change the show a bit. Not completely, but we'd have 2 clocks. One would be one where we would be talking to West Palm Beach and everyone here in South Florida and Sarasota, and then it would just be West Palm Beach. And it was weird.
It was weird. It was hard.
Well, and
for no money.
Right.
Yeah, for no money.
Wait, we're doing all this? Like, we would go and pay market visits to Sarasota and to the Keys, and we were like, okay, let's try to get a grassroots thing going. And it was like an uphill battle that you have to pay out of pocket for, and then they're not going to give you any more salary to do all that. Me and Jaybird paid out of pocket.
Right. And
then, to go there.
And then
we did.
We paid handsomely out of pocket.
Yeah. And then it just affects what you can talk about. So, you really can't talk about South Florida the way we do, talking about breweries closing down and new bars and things like that. All that stuff would have to be gone. You have to strip down and go more generic and talk to the entire country. And so I liked being able to be as local as we did.
And that's hard to do sometimes. If you're in a natural flow of a conversation and you're telling a story, you have to have in the back of your mind, oh, don't make it too local because Sarasota might not know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
Then you go, there's only 11 people in Sarasota. What am I doing this for?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you just have to keep it very generic. So, that's really kind of where it was. And as it is now, we've gotten to a point with everything that you can be on YouTube and you can be podcasts and all that, and you can find that global audience if you want. So it's not as restrictive as it used to be, because now with the delivery systems, you can go anywhere. So
you're right.
That's why we tell you, if you got friends anywhere, and share the show with them, and they can listen anywhere they want and check us out.
Well, that's how a lot of people get their content. It's just from that type of kind of streaming or from YouTube.
So technology's kind of changed the game. So the goals and strategies are a bit different in that way. So that's long story short, that's why we kind of are still here and never went national. Rachel said, hope y'all remember that back in the day when Magnolia, Rocco, and Cannon were babies, that used to play What the Heck Are They Saying? And it's probably going to be about that time with Lachlan.
I already brought this up to Denny's the other day. I'm like, we got to play a game. What the hell is baby Lachlan saying?
He is getting to be a talker. He's getting to that level.
This is the best time when you can't understand what the hell he's saying. That's the best time to play the game.
Well, think about it. May 20th, he's going to be 2 years old. Wow. Can you believe that shit?
Yeah,
that's 2 years old.
It feels like he's 4 months old.
I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and for Denny's too, I was just looking, now they have the time hop stuff and everything that kind of comes up so much, and I'm constantly seeing photos of Cannon when he was a baby, and it's just like, wow, that just does not seem like that long ago.
I know.
It's really crazy. So it does. You'll one day in 10, 15 years, you'll blink, you'll look back, you'll see a teenager sitting on your couch eating all your food, probably talking back to you, and then you'll see a photo of baby Lachlan, you'd be like, what the heck happened, man?
It is crazy because you don't realize how quick it's going, and then all of a sudden you go, holy shit.
Yeah.
15 years?
Right.
20 years?
2? What?
I know.
That makes no sense.
Yeah. So there you go. And Jeremy said, how did you and Virginia meet, Kevin? What did you think of each other? We had met, I knew of you at a radio convention And I don't know if we met there. I don't know if we met her, if we met over the phone, if it was talking.
At first, when you talked on the phone, did you think you were talking to a Cajun man?
I'm like, come on, can you really put this Virginia on the phone? Enough with the
It's
joke.
me.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah, so I think that was it. And no, after talking to Virginia, I thought she was great. I thought she was funny. We had similar senses of humor, what we thought was good radio, and what we wanted to do on a show together. And so, yeah, I thought it was awesome. I couldn't wait to do a show with her. So that was my first thoughts. We really got the impressions together.
Forgive me if I've asked this before, but do you remember the very first on-air break you guys did together?
I think I might have it somewhere on a tape.
I think I do. We were talking about the Man in White fiasco that had happened. And our whole first show was pretty much just kind of unpacking that and how that went around, how people reacted to it, and how I was banned for life now from the Gardens Mall. And so I wish I could have told the whole story about how the program director turned on me. And
Literally turned his back on
yeah.
you. And when the police called and said, hey, this guy's claiming he works at the radio station and you're his boss, the boss goes, no, that's not true. I didn't know about this.
he said I never heard of him. I never heard of that guy.
Do you know how fucked that is?
Yeah.
And he laughed.
Yeah, I knew how fucked it was, and I'm like,
This guy's a dick.
that's
yeah,
right at the
like
beginning.
This is going to be rough, yeah. So, but if I would have done that and would have told all the truth, it would have been my first and last show in South Florida, and I'd have been looking
Right.
for another place right away.
You had to suck it up for a while until that same guy went to management and said, it's them or me. One of us has to leave. And management goes, all right, well, it's you. Bye.
Boy, that's such a big swing to take.
You better make sure if you're going to put your dick on the table, it's the biggest dick in the room.
The you or me thing is such a big, dicey move to
not know. I mean, obviously, he didn't know that the boss wasn't going to side with him.
Right.
Awkward.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just really kind of crazy. So, yeah, I brought up a lot of ills in my radio career here in the last 5 minutes. So it has been quite an adventure. Quite an adventure.
It's going to make the winning taste even sweeter, baby.
That's it. That's it. So there we go. So some good questions. Appreciate them. You can always send them to us. Mail at KVJShow.com. MAIL at KVJShow.com. You'll have an amazing Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.